welcome to the show. I am your host, Tracy Tim, and you are watching the Nth Degree TV, which is the place to be to take your career from stuck to unstoppable. And I am so happy to have you here. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. So, this week on the blog, I gave you a very much needed 30-day gut check. Cue ominous music in the background. However, if you haven't noticed, we are currently exactly 30 days into the new year. I realize that on the surface, that's a rather arbitrary date, but there are two reasons that this date is incredibly important. First of all, we're not just 30 days into any month, we're 30 days into January, which means a brand new year, 2018. Chances are that you took advantage of this clean slate and created some goals or resolutions for 2018. Second, 30 days is a very popular challenge number. You have the Whole30 Diet Challenge, 30-day fitness challenges, and even 30-day mindfulness challenges. This period of time is a great way to check in with yourself and see if you're actually doing the things you need to be doing to move the needle on your goals. But what if you're not? What if, like me, you stumbled a little bit coming out of the starting blocks on a few of your 2018 initiatives? For instance, I told myself I was going to learn how to play the guitar this year. Have I even had my first lesson? No. I also wanted to relearn how to speak Italian this year. Have I opened my Duolingo app in 2018? No. And here's the crazy part. The year is 1/12 over. That's right. When we started this year, we had 12 whole months to fulfill our goals and make our resolutions a reality. Now we have 11. And while that might not seem like a big deal, it's that kind of thinking that will get you all the way to December without ever moving the needle. It was Bill Gates who once said, most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. I don't want most people to be you or me. So here are a few ways you can kickstart your year now that you've had 30 days under your belt. First, you can reevaluate your priorities. Chances are, if you haven't taken action on a goal or a mission, then perhaps that goal or mission really doesn't matter to you that much. Either that or other more pressing priorities took over your time. Did you come up with some kind of cosmetic or weak resolution, like becoming more worldly or doing something that scares you? First of all, if it's vague, it's not actionable. Second, if this goal really isn't that important to you, or you formulated it simply to sound like or look like a certain kind of person, then chances are when you have the choice to go to a museum or binge watch TV, the marvelous Mrs. Maisel is going to win every single time. So take a moment today and just think about your year. What really, really matters to you? What do you want to accomplish? Or better yet, if you could only accomplish 3 things, what 3 things would those be? Reprioritize your daily and your weekly activities to reflect this new world that you're trying to create. Not everything is vital, and if you spread yourself too thin, you run the risk of accomplishing nothing. Second, make a solid plan. I live by a few mantras, and one of my favorite being this: if it's not scheduled, it's not real. Ever had a friend ask for a favor and you completely forget? Hey, could you grab some chips on your way? Or, oh, can I borrow that book you were talking about? Unless you have the memory of an elephant or a particularly boring life, you likely forgot because you didn't write it down. You didn't schedule it into your plans. I grew up with a mom who was always saying, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Yes, thank you, Benjamin Franklin, but I hate planning. It feels too confining. But I'm telling you this, if you don't schedule time in your day or your week to get something done, chances are it's not going to do itself. This plan doesn't have to be set in stone or totally rigid. It just has to support your goals. Keep it simple. If you want to learn an instrument, schedule some lessons. If you want to lose weight, start doing weekly meal prep. Prove to yourself that this thing matters to you by what you choose to do, and schedule your other activities around it. Now again, if you find yourself completely unwilling to make a plan, go back to your priorities. Maybe this thing just wasn't as important as you originally thought. Third, get some accountability. When I was working at Lululemon years ago, we were assigned what were called accountability buddies, which I still use to this day. So that would be someone else on the staff who was your go-to person in case you ever got, I don't know, the urge to skip a shift or you just weren't feeling like your best self that day. People talk about accountability and accountability partners all the time, and it's for a good reason. One of the most frequent causes of failure in pursuing a goal, whether that goal is to get a job you love or to learn how to ballroom dance, is the lack of external accountability. Now, do not succumb to the temptation of thinking that needing an accountability partner makes you weak. This is simply not the case. I once worked with a client who refused to find a buddy because she thought she should be able to motivate herself. A year later, she was still in the same job and pretty much just as miserable as before. Don't beat yourself up if you happen to be the kind of person who would eat Twinkies when no one's around, even though you're on a diet. Know that about yourself and do something about it. Don't continue to be a victim and do nothing. Get some external accountability if you really, really want to succeed. Do these things and I guarantee that you will turn your 2018 around. So now I want to hear from you. How are your goals and resolutions going this year? And what's one thing that you think you can do differently in the rest of 2018 to get it done right? I really want to hear about your journey, so please leave a comment below this video. Also, of course, you can get the discussion going on our sweet little space on the World Wide Web, tracytim.com. While you're there, make sure that you hop on our email list where you can receive our free guide that's all about knowing when it's the right time to quit a job that you hate. There you'll find the 8 essential questions to ask yourself to find out if it's time to finally take that leap and start doing something that you really, really love. Did you like this video? I hope so, because I definitely enjoyed writing it and making it for you. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some other videos that I think you might find pretty helpful. And that's a wrap for today. Remember, now is your time, and with a little bit of help and a little bit of work, I promise that we can take your career from stuck to unstoppable. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of the Nth Degree TV.